This past year, a friend of mine who stuffs envelopes at a local packaging mill wanted to obtain a promotion. To do this, he decided that he would focus his efforts on a more efficient process of packaging. He spoke with people, looked for different methods, and attempted to establish an entirely new system of stuffing. Alas, his initial improvements were quite large, but in the end, the process drifted back to the way things had always been done before. Why did the program fail? Well, this actually happens in many different improvement endeavors. We set out to achieve an objective, and we either achieve huge wins right away only to drift back to the same old ways of doing the work, or the experience is so fundamentally flawed and stressful that nobody wants to be a part of the journey ever again. In this lecture, we will discuss one of the most important concepts of Lean, Kaizen. By the end of this lecture, you will know what the word Kaizen means, what the word Kaizen Blitz means, and you will have a much deeper understanding as to why this term, Kaizen, is not just a project or improvement tool. Okay, let's get things started here by first defining what this Japanese term Kaizen actually means. Kaizen is often used in a technical and philosophical way. The term Kai simply means change in Japanese, while the term Zen is translated as good. When we combine these two terms and create the word Kaizen, we start to understand the technical meaning of the word, which is change for the better. The term is now widely used and accepted across the world, with users interpreting this powerful mindset as continuous improvement, change for the better, and continuous incremental improvement. The most important aspect of Kaizen that you can begin to understand right here today is that it is not just an event. Kaizen is a culture and a behavior in and of itself. It is a habit that organically develops within individuals and drives them to always be better than they were before. A practitioner of Kaizen does not distinguish between a 1-second improvement or a 1-hour improvement. Instead, they see activities as different levels of a system, all the way down to the most intricate movement. Even more important than this, the system is based on thinking, and a Kaizen-minded individual just wants to improve anything and everything, always chasing perfection. Some of the focuses of Kaizen have evolved into quality, effort, personal life, willingness to change, communication, time, and even relationships and health. The principle of Kaizen can be applied to anything. So what is this other term we hear of? Kaizen Blitz. Well, a Kaizen Blitz is a rapid and concentrated improvement event designed to make fast improvements or quick impacts that create change for the better right away. A Kaizen Blitz will generally take place over the course of a 1 to 5 day period, but can be as quick as a few minutes too. The Kaizen Blitz will often follow a structured problem-solving methodology like the PDCA format, Treat 1, 2, 3 method, or an A3 problem-solving approach. The focus of the Kaizen Blitz is to make rapid improvements and move immediately on to the next opportunity. When repeated time and time again, these Kaizen Blitzes are designed to help people create behaviors that are focused on continuous improvement and lean thinking. In the book The Toyota Way to Lean Leadership, author Jeffrey Liker and Gary Convis discuss two fundamental forms of daily Kaizen. The first being maintenance Kaizen, or the daily work of reacting to an unpredictable world, and the second being improvement Kaizen, which is focused on raising the bar just a little more every day. Author Jeffrey Liker and Gary Convish share, one of the core misunderstandings of Kaizen is how daily it is. Many people with a superficial understanding of Kaizen expect Toyota to have perfected most of its processes after decades of Kaizen. There can't be much room for improvement, they reason. It's easy to think this way, and fighting this perception is perhaps one of the reasons that a Kaizen mind is a core value at Toyota. You can't even maintain gains from a lean approach unless you focus relentlessly on continuous maintenance Kaizen. Looking back on my friend's improvement endeavor, we see this example. Though the initial results were large, the behavior that results from consistency had not yet been created, ultimately leading back to the original behavior and losing all the improvements that were made. This is why Kaizen must be a daily activity. Before we go, I'd like to share one last thing that a sensei of mine often shared with me. He would inevitably hint to me, "Cameron, where will the energy remain when you leave the room? With you or with them?" It was not until I finished reading The Toyota Way to Lean Leadership where Dr. Liker and Mr. Convish shared a fundamental piece of knowledge. Contrary to popular belief in management circles, when a senior executive is the change agent, often jumping in to direct and supervise, their actions tend to steal energy from the system rather than add to it. The people closest to the process lose ownership and incentives. They aren't revitalized by a leader who tells them what to do and how to do it. They are paralyzed. If you want to empower people and create innovative and Kaizen-focused minds, you must give people opportunities to change for the better. Know how to energize others, ask questions, drive innovation, zero in on talent, engage workers, and never accept normal. Well, that wraps up our lecture on this improvement idea of Kaizen. Now, how will you begin applying Kaizen in your life today? Until next time, my friends, keep on improving, and we will keep on giving you solutions that ignite your power.